Welcome on in. My name is PJ. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video, and we might have some of the biggest news, game-changing stuff here that Raid has released in a very long time, and I cannot wait to talk about it with you guys and break it down. So if you guys have not seen it, Nubs and Boozer did a little question and answer with Banana Jam. Hopefully my editor can leave a link to that in the description to the original video. It was an hour long. We're going to break down some of the points and just give my thoughts and opinions, and wow, looks like absolutely game-changing for Raid going to the future. So let's talk about it right away. So first things first, Super Raid in Minnow. They've tested it, they tried it. We've been asking this for a very long time. They tried it for I think 4 weeks, and yes, it is going to be a permanent feature. So hallelujah, that is going to be forever in the game. They're not going to take it out. So that's a win off the rip. Huge win. We like it. And let's keep going. Hold up, guys. Now is the perfect time to click on my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 4 more insane free epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Log out of Plarium, play on PC and uninstall. Step 2. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4. Go to the inbox and claim your first champion. Don't miss out on your chance to get a free Karato after signing up, as well as Uugo, Rector Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. So click on my link right now and let's crush this together. Chimera quick battles. They're asking if we're going to be, specifically this year, they're asking if we're going to get Chimera quick battles this year. The answer is no, not this year, which I'm fine with. They honestly just released Chimera, and I don't think quick battles is really going to be the best for Chimera. I feel like a lot of Chimera you have to manual if you're trying to maximize the trials, which you should be trying to maximize the trials. So yeah, I'm not too upset about there not being a quick battle for Chimera. They didn't say never, they just said not this year. So I'm sure in the future they'll add it, but I personally won't be I won't be using it. So next thing we got, will quick battles be on Doom Tower instead of replacing auto climb? So they're asking if you're gonna just get like instant battles instead of the auto climb feature, and their answer was nope, no instant battles. It's gonna remain the same with how it is. The auto climb battles is what they think is appropriate. I think they don't want people to optimize their teams and not just be able to have like a really slow team that works, be able to just instantly do it. So I think they're scared that if they add instant battles there, then people really won't optimize their teams properly. So we're stuck with the auto climb for now. Not sure if the future they're gonna change it or not, but as of now, that is a no. All right, let's see what else we got. So will there be more Doom Tower bosses? They said earlier a couple months ago that they're adding, I think, 7 new bosses to the game at the end of this year. Some people were speculating maybe there'll be new Doom Tower bosses. Nope, they're not going to be Doom Tower bosses. They like where Doom Tower is at right now. It's going to stay. So the 7 new bosses are going to be something separate, which is cool. I wouldn't mind them, honestly, looking into Doom Tower, maybe making another rotation. I was talking with my Twitch chat earlier when I was streaming, and they brought up a good point saying, well, if they add another rotation with new bosses, then it's going to be longer to get to Dark Fae, which is true. But I was saying, well, one, they could add a set that's better than Dark Fae, which I'm not sure if we want to add more sets. This game already has enough sets. But just in theory, they could add a set that's better than Dark Fae. Also, they could also add Dark Fae to that rotation as well. It wouldn't be a new boss, but I don't think the community would complain too much if they had another chance of farming Dark Fae. Because I think that's one of the big issues right now is you can only farm Dark Fae and Baumel are in the same rotation. And I would love to farm Baumel, but with Dark Fae there as well, it's really tough to give up on the Dark Fae. So if there was another way of getting some Dark Fae or Baumel, that would be cool, but as of right now, that is not happening. On to the next, friendly arena battles. So for what they said with this, they said yes, they're going to be adding it, but not this year. Will be implemented sometime next year. I think this is a W. They said that they were thinking about it a little bit ago. We've been mentioning it. We want friendly battles, add friendly battles. And they're saying, we'll see. We're not sure how much of the whole player base wants that. Maybe it's just a small community. Part of the player base wants it. But finally, looks like they agree with us, and they're going to be adding friendly battles, which is amazing. Be able to test your offenses, defense with friends, do some friendly wagers, all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's a W. I know a lot of people have been wanting friendly arena battles, and it will be happening. Not this year, but it is in the works. So what else have we got? So one of the questions they asked was transforming champions into chickens, quality of life, make room in the vault. So they said there was two options that they were thinking about doing for this. The first option was just a direct swap, be able to change a chicken or be able to change the champion to chicken, so you could make more room if in your vault. Let's say you have a bunch of 3 stars that you don't need. They're taking the vault, they're taking space, you can maybe level them up and then turn them into a chicken, and then they'll just store as a chicken and you have more space to pull or whatever you need to do. The other thing that she mentioned was the thing about having another separate like vault where you can put your champions in and then you can re-summon them later. Which I'm not really a big fan of. Like, if they're champions that are food or that I don't care about, I'm trying to get rid of, then why would I want to like re-summon them later? Like, I guess rather just get rid of them, or I don't know. Like, they already added more space for the vault and the reserve vault, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if they need to add another third vault. I guess it depends on what they're thinking, but I think just the direct swap from champion to chicken, if you have a 3-star, goes to a 3-star. If it's a 4-star, goes to a 4-star. Would be pretty nice. So we'll see what they do with that. They didn't say what exactly, but they said they were thinking about a couple different things. So let's see here, what else we got? Quicker way to upgrade champions in Tavern. They said yes, more quality of life released by the end of the year, which would be awesome. I think one of the biggest things that would be nice to add would be to upgrade multiple champions at once. So let's say you have 10 3-stars. You want to, I'd be like, okay, I want to get all 10 of these 3-stars up to level 10 with brews. So then it would just instantly do that. Instead of right now, you have to go, okay, first one, level 10, second one, level 10, third one, level 10. You can upgrade champions kind of like that. You can upgrade them, like you have all these uncommons max level, then you can go, okay, instant upgrade, and it will take the food and upgrade all of them. But there's not really a good way of instantly leveling up champions. Now, this will make champion training, especially sniping and tournaments and stuff, a lot tougher, because you'll be able to, again, just burst more points. If you have, some people have 100 5-stars just ready to go for food, so if they go in and be like, okay, level up all 100 of these 5-stars to level 20, that's a huge chunk of points you're getting. So you got to be more careful again with the sniping and the champion trainings, but overall I think it would be a nice quality of life improvement to help us out. So the next thing they were talking about was change Platinum Arena reset time, specifically to help out US players. They said, yeah, reset times for Classic Platinum Arena reset will be friendlier for US, time lock gap suggested. So it looks like this has been a big complaint for a lot of people that push Plat, that it's just a terrible time. It's early Sunday night, Monday morning, depending on where you are in the world. People have work, people are sleeping, so just not very ideal for a lot of people. So it looks like they're trying to change that somehow, maybe have multiple resets, or not sure exactly what they're doing, but they said they're looking at it, which is another win in my book. So they asked about offline battles for background battles, not in-game for auto runs. So they were saying, like, right now, if you're playing on your phone, you have something running, and then you close the app, doesn't keep running, the battle you're running will stop. Some other games have something like this where if you turn off the game, it still goes. So people were like wondering if Ray's gonna implement something like that. Their answer is no. They like the time in game. They don't want people to just run it as in the background, not having the game actually on. Because I think that's one of the biggest metrics that they look at is time in game. So if they got rid of that, then it would drop that, and I don't know, they'd be freaking out. So yeah, they said no. Offline battles when you're off, when you're not in the game, are not going to be a thing. Next thing they talked about was rebalancing more champions per month, rebalancing epics. So this one, I don't know why they hate rebalancing epics, or why they can only rebalance 2 champions per month. So in the video, they were asking, will you rebalance legendaries and epics? And she said, well, you gotta, like, you can only pick one. You can either, if you had to pick, you can either pick epics or legendaries. It's like, why do we have to only pick one? Why can there only be 2 champions a month that are updating? Why can't we do 5 champions a month updating? Like, I don't know, I don't get why it has to be 2. Like, put some more people on the payroll. Like, you have all this money, use it. Like hire more people if you can't keep up with the game demands. So her saying that kind of was upsetting, like, oh, you have to pick one or the other. Like, you, the real reason is, like, I think they just don't see any value or money value in updating epics. But we use them a bunch in the game, even as a late game endgame player. Curse City, some faction wars hard. Like, we need these epics, so I don't think it'd be bad to update them. But in their mind, they said no, they're not updating epics. They're just gonna focus on legendaries. Boo. I disagree, but I don't run the game. More clan management for Siege. Plarium agrees, needs more change, not official plans for the near future. So this is good. Clan Siege is going the right direction. I still think they need to work on it more. One of the biggest things I would love to see would be to replay and rewatch your defenses or attacks to see other people's defenses or attacks. I want to see why my defense lost or why it won. That can help me in the future. Better planning, changing out different gear, different blessings. A lot of other games have this. Clash of Clans has had this for years, being able to replay, review your battles. Please play them. Hopefully they add something like that in the future. But they did say they're going to keep on working and looking on to Siege, which is nice. Okay, so they talked about Void Mythicals in 2025. Drumroll, no. But that doesn't mean no forever. So they said no, not in 2025, which is good. I don't think adding Void Mythicals would be good for the game, at least right now. But that doesn't mean no forever, which is kind of scary. Why do I not really like Void Mythicals? One of the biggest ways to have a chance at beating a Mythical right now is Affinity. So having a good Affinity or bad Affinity can really save you. Let's say Communist is a great example. You can add the Death Dealer, which would change things, but let's just say no Death Dealer. Let's say Communist, for example. One of his biggest weaknesses is Affinity. And I was thinking of Embreeze. But yeah, he weaks it Embreeze all the time, and then Embreeze takes a turn and kills me. So if there's a Void Mythical, you don't have to worry about Affinity. That is very scary, and that would be a huge power creep to the game, and I don't think we're ready for that quite yet. I'm sure they're coming down the line in a couple of years, but at least right now I think no Void Mythicals is good. And they said for 2025, which again 2025 is kind of wrapping up. We're on the back half of 2025, which is crazy to think about. This year is flying by. But yeah, no Void Mythicals this year. More clan activities, either with clan or against other clans. Looking into it, not confirmed. I would love this. I think getting the community involved, getting yourself involved with the clan more would be awesome. Not necessarily make it so it's like a CVC where it's just a wallet versus wallet. Like, I don't really like that. I'm not sure how they could do it. I even kind of like, not necessarily clans against clans, but I really liked the coalition where it was kind of like the community worked together to get rewards. I would love something like that more, where they bring the community together and work for a common goal to get rewards, and those rewards were pretty good too. So hopefully more coalition events, but they were talking about more clan activities with clans or against clans, so we'll see what about that. Customization for the Bastion, they said nope, only preset holidays, current event themes. I really like when they change the Bastion. I kind of get sad when it goes back to the normal one after we had like a really fancy one. So especially now, like that last one we had was probably one of the coolest ones we've gotten, with all of the like the red tentacles and all the glowing stuff. Like, it looked really cool. And then we go back to this and it's like, oh, it looks so plain and boring. But yeah, they said there's they're not looking to add any type of customization, just what they've been doing in the past. More gear filters / quality of life, they said yes, which is amazing. I think one of the biggest things they need to add, which a lot of people are saying, I'm not the only one saying this, but please add to be able to search for certain levels. I want to see what's not leveled, what's level 4, level 8, level 12, whatever level it can be. I want to search for specific levels. I think that'd be one of the biggest things they could add to help out the player base, and I think a lot of people are looking for it. So hopefully that is on their radar and something they're looking to do. It can't be that hard to add either. Like, they added all this fancy stuff about adding like finding your quads and triples, and I like that. I think that's really cool stuff to be able to see how many quads you have of speed, how many quads of crit rate or crit damage, whatever like that. I think that's a cool thing to add, but it seems like that's kind of just like little like extra stuff where the finding, like rolling, looking for gear for the specific level would be more beneficial. So hopefully they add that. We shall see, but they said they're working on stuff. Player profile additions with customization Yes, but not until next year. So it looks like you're going to be able to customize your profiles a little bit more. Now we're getting to some of the bigger ones, which is amazing. Live Arena available 24/7. Yes, Live Arena will eventually be open all day early next year. I think this is amazing. A little scary, but overall I think it's really good. Because a lot of times when I want to do Live Arena, it's going towards the end where it's like I only got 20 minutes or 30 minutes left, and I'm like, I guess I could do it for a little bit, but once I start, then I want to keep going. And then, so once I get into it, I'm like, oh, well, it's over. So having 24 hours, I think, will be good. It's a little scary for some of the people that are trying to compete for the top with all these drivers. People can just like spam unlimited arena and just go crazy, especially during the season. So maybe they'll have to look at changing that a little bit, which would hurt their financial side if they limited the amount of battles that counted for the season, something like that. Like only your first 25 fights count for the season, then after that they don't, because then people wouldn't really spend as many gems to get as many refills. So could be a little scary with that, but overall I think it's great that they're adding 24/7 Live Arena. So there's a few more things I want to talk about. The next thing is permanent free gear removal. Holy moly, this is not a drill. This is live, this is real, and it is happening. Yes, permanent free gear removal sooner than later with next update. And then later on in the day, they posted in their official Discord. We can pull this up here real quick. Right here, permanent free gear removal starting August 21st. So that is amazing. You love to see it. We can talk a little bit more about this. But generally wasn't sure if they're going to actually ever do this or not. I feel like I was definitely not the first person to say that they needed this, but I remember in the beginning of this year, we were talking about this on the Knights of Teleria podcast, and I kind of mentioned how I think it's time in the game that we need permanent free gear removal, and I think some people agreed with me, some people might have disagreed with me, and I think as the time went on and as more stuff got added to the game, specifically Hard Faction Wars, I think a lot more people started to agree with me. So I'm very, very excited about that. I think that's a huge W for the game, huge W for the community. Lots of other games nowadays have free gear removal. It's not like we're not gonna, there's nothing left to spend your silver on. You still gotta upgrade gear, you still gotta use silver to pull shards, to do pretty much everything else. If you want to summon a fusion, everything else in the game costs silver, but at least swapping your gear will not. So this is amazing. I know they were really hesitant. I don't think they really wanted to do this, but I think it's the right decision. I don't think it's gonna be bad. At least I hope not. And yeah, so I'm just very excited about this. I can't believe they're actually doing it, honestly. Like, I know we've talked about it a lot. Like, people said, oh, they're never going to do that. They're never going to do that. They added the 1 hour free gear removal, which was like a little band-aid. I used this analogy before, but I was saying that it's pretty much like it's like you have a gaping wound and you're putting a little band-aid over. It's okay, there you go. It's like, yeah, that's helping a tiny bit, but that's not really fixing the problem. And that was what I felt like the 1 hour free gear removal was just a little tiny band-aid over this giant wound. And they could have added the 3 gear removal, the 3 hour gear removal, but they decided to add the permanent gear removal, which is amazing. They also said that they're going to replace the free gear swapping tokens with something different. So we have the hour free gear removal in the Cursed City. We have it in the dailies. So they said they're going to change it with some different rewards. They didn't say what it's going to be, but they will be changing that. So GG's to Plarium. That's amazing news. We got one more thing to talk about. They talked about the new faction. It's going to be Greek Roman artwork. They said they're going to drop for Nubs or for Boozer's video, which will be coming out tomorrow. We'll do a video covering that, but they're going to do some artwork showing it. But they announced that it's going to be Greek and Roman, and that's pretty cool. But they've been working on this faction for a while. I know some people are saying, maybe it's for Godforge, or has a correlation with Godforge. I don't know. I feel like they've been working on this faction for a while, and it just happens to be something that's similar to Godforge. I think that the timing of the release is more intentional, because it seems like this faction is probably going to come out beginning of next year, I would think, and I think Godforge is probably going to be coming out around beginning of next year, maybe middle of next year. So the timing of the release seems more intentional than them being purposely both like gods. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about that, if you guys think it was on purpose or not. But I feel like they usually plan these things out years and years in advance. So yeah, I don't think it was necessarily because of Godforge, but maybe, who knows. But yeah, we'll see some artwork of that tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Let me know what you guys think. This was a big news drop. I really liked how they did the style of the video. They did a kind of like a question and answer, but then they did they had to do some bad things, like they had to eat a lemon slice or eat some ginger, or they had to change their profile picture. They said some like funny things that to do if they got the answer right or wrong, depending on what she said and what they said. So pretty cool how they did it. Cannot wait to watch Boozer's video. Hit that like, hit that sub button, leave a comment, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.